Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 2-door with the Xtreme Recon package. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the large mailer Jeep here in Provo for giving me some time with this Wrangler. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Easton. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 270 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So the Rubicon has cool hood vents, which has always been a fun feature. Of course, got the Rubicon logo down below, and then this one has the upgraded lights, so they look a little bit fancier. Got the new style of grille. You can see the red recovery points there, and yeah, this one's got the basic plastic bumper, but you know, aftermarket bumper, folks, just do that. Pick your own. Anyways, the front end, I think it looks cool. Now, with the Xtreme Recon, we've got 35s wrapped around 17-inch wheels, which is definitely a nice setup for off-roading, and the wheel design, I think, is pretty cool. Now, you still have a solid front axle with the Wranglers. They didn't go away from that. These fender flare extensions are for those bigger tires, by the way. You got the Jeep Wrangler logo there. Rock rail protection. And something that I will say is I feel like Jeeps and Broncos fit in this category too. They're one of the few vehicles that has a really nice tire and wheel offset from the factory where it just looks like this looks good. And then this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function. Got the Jeep logo there on the back, pretty straightforward. Taking a look at the cargo area. Nice with the whole swing gate, got the little JL decal there. And this is one downside with the 2 doors. You don't really have a lot of cargo space with the seating up. So yeah, you basically either have to choose between having rear seats or having cargo space. But you know, 2-door life, right? At least you have something. Very easy to close. You can see here with the new tail lights, which is pretty cool. But yeah, spare 35 here in the back, which is a heavy tire. But the swing gate, yeah, no problem. It does have the reinforcement here in the back. And then, yeah, it looks like it got a plastic bumper there on the back too. It's okay. It's a Jeep thing. Anyways, that's the rest of the rear. Now, I do have keyless entry, but yeah, being a 2-door means we only have a front door. You've got hard touch trim here at the top, interestingly enough, but then soft touch down below. Just a quick look at the mirrors, they are heated. See the payload, well actually the payload sticker I guess is on, yeah, this door over here. 700 pounds of payload, wow. Front seats are cloth and they are manual. Quickly pull this little tab here. You've got the top one to really pull it forward. Now with the second row here, let me switch hands so you can get this back there a little bit more. With the second row, you do have cloth seats. I think they actually look really nice for, you know, second row seats. Legroom back there is actually not too bad, and then being a Jeep, headroom is pretty good as well. Just getting back there is a pain. So it's kind of an area where you can fit adults, but you know, usually just use it for kids because the little kids can squeeze through the opening here a little bit easier than adults can. Here's a quick look at the steering wheel. We've got soft touch all around. You can see the stitching there on the center. Radio controls on the back. And then you got a bunch of practical controls up front, including our adaptive cruise control, which is kind of a nice luxury feature in a Jeep. Controls also for the center. And then Jeep still uses traditional stocks, which makes it easy to use. And then I like the gauge cluster, so it's pretty simplistic, right? You've got RPM, speed, shows you where you are with the 4-wheel drive select there. And then you've got the display here in the center, which, like tire pressure, shows you what's happening with the driveline. So it's a nice little setup. This one actually has the dual camera system, so front and rear, which helps out with both on-road and off-road use, but it is a small vehicle, so it's not as necessary. Now, we do happen to have a decent screen when it comes to response. It's not the quickest on the planet, but I'd say overall it gets the job done. Dual zone climate, by the way. I think this little stitching thing Jeep has on the dash is kind of funny. Anyways, you've got the stitching down below with the grab handle. Bunch of physical controls, so we have controls for the climate. I noticed this model doesn't have heated seats. We do have the off-road cruise control. And then you can see for the USB area, window controls, auxiliary items down below. If you can add them, got some buttons for that. Front and rear locking differential setup. We also have our off-road plus sway bar disconnect, and then this one actually has 4-wheel auto and 4-wheel high part time, which is nice. The other Rubicon I just reviewed didn't have it. We have 4-wheel low too. Shifter for the 8-speed auto, and then we've got some cup holders with the parking brake. Nice trim with the center console here. Not a ton of storage space, but again, it's fine. Regular rear view mirror, and then this one does have the top insulation. Then this part of the top you can just take off with the latches. So it's kind of hard to see the window sticker, but this is just a 25 Rubicon with the Xtreme Recon. 61,655 is total MSRP after all options on this particular Jeep. Let's see how it performs. Two-door Wrangler. Driving this back to back with a 4-door. So, see how that goes. I feel so much smaller. One thing that I will be a little bit critical about with these Wranglers, just reviewing both these back to back, $850 for the 4-door with payload, $700 with this. Just not a lot of payload. They probably, I mean, there's a lot of aftermarket companies like, you know, AEV does, they offer some HD springs so you can add more weight, but I don't know, from the factory you'd think that they would offer a little bit more payload, but my guess is they do softer springs that don't offer as much payload for initial ride quality, because being a body and frame solid axle vehicle, it's already going to be a little bit rougher with the ride. That's my 2 cents on that. It's torquey. See, it's crazy. The 2.0 in the 4-door feels not bad, but not that fast. Whereas here in the 2-door, man, it feels like zippy machine. It's actually pretty fun. And that's the thing that's cool about the 2-doors is they still have the fun that, you know, you kind of associate with the Wranglers. Not bad at all. Do get a bit of tire noise. This new Wrangler does have more insulation, but still a Wrangler, still a convertible SUV. So you're still going to hear quite a bit. But, you know, they've improved things over the years. Is the Honda going to hit the people? We will see. I'm always more cautious with turns like that. I always wait for people to be a little bit further down the crosswalk. Zoom in. Man, it's pretty darn quick. The 2-door definitely feels quicker than the 4-door. Again, it weighs less, so it makes sense. Doesn't handle as well though. Feels tip-toppy a little bit. And, you know, that's the short wheelbase. Again, it's not horrible. But I definitely... yeah. I just wouldn't go too fast in this. I mean, on-road's fine, but off-road, oof. That'd be scary. Short wheelbase, high speeds, count me out. So, to cap things off, I think this looks pretty cool. I like this spec. It's crazy how expensive this spec is nowadays. But I mean, thing to remember is, back in the day when Jeeps were a lot more affordable, they offered a lot less. I mean, you can still get like a lower spec Jeep, but you can't really get like a low spec Rubicon. At least I've never seen one before. Because I mean, they could make this more basic, which would make it more affordable. They could do like hand crank windows, no keyless entry. And this one's already a little bit more basic with the cloth seats. But I mean, that wouldn't save that much money though, if they did those. I mean, if they got rid of all, I mean, that's the other thing is like it or hate it, you know, stuff like adaptive cruise control, these screens, stuff that we got to pay for nowadays in these cars. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the two-door Rubicon with the Xtreme Recon package. Super capable vehicle, obviously. I mean, these Wranglers can go pretty much everywhere, and the two-door kind of has the vintage Jeep fun that people associate with the Wranglers.